During the third quarter, the Saints leading by 25 points, and it's about the 5-minute mark.
Mark Graham was 30 metres in the clear. Kick by Jones, that's indirect. And he started well to 11 in this quarter. Off to McCabe, Robran. Oh, well done by Young. Kick by Young, back to McCabe. Hawthorn have come out to play at the start of this second half. Short pass. Jones
Gee, that's a free kick, surely.
Over Hassel's shoulder, but no whistle on the play. Healy the hand pass. Lappin a fumble. Back to Healy. Wide for Justin Peckett. Just outside the 50. 23 points the margin in favour of the Saints. Peckett centres well, and Lappin marks.
Tell me this, Don. What is wrong with the 60-metre kickers? We see Lappin kick it off.
And there he is, Joel Smith.
Oh, that fiddling around with the short passes, that costly.
It sure is. And Joel Smith has run pretty well in the forward line and run Crawford around a fair bit. He's kicked one.
Crawford's on the opposite flank, Drew. I don't know whether he's picking him up.
And that's a goal to Smith.
If he is, he's a long way from his man. And I think you're right. I think Crawford is now going across to pick up Joel Smith. And there he is on screen. Here's Peckett. Lappin. And Lappin in turn will go across to Smith now. Crawford on left to screen.
So now there's 5 goals in it. 2 goals kicked by this talented half forward. Everett and Salmon. Salmon wins the hit out to Trelevin. Off he goes. He's having a good term. Trelevin. Langford. Oh, well played by Chris Langford. Using his body in front of Shanahan. And he'll be enjoying this, Donny, down there.
Well, isn't it interesting, Peter? And as soon as you make a move such as this, it usually does come off. But you can't play or start off a game with the full back, or because forwards, I believe, are born. They've just got an instinctive thing. They're very good players, forwards.
Chris Langford is a great kick normally, but this time he's kicking the goal and he's hooked it across his body. When accuracy was badly needed there.
He's kicked 2 points, Langford. It's a good kicking style, nice toward instep, straight leg, nice follow through, but just accuracy a problem.
Nathan Burke goes out short to Peckett. Kapler trying to run him down. Peckett backs himself and went past Robran as though he wasn't there. To the 50, low. Aussie Jones with his pace. Blocked by Salmon. A double team tackle. Had no opportunity to get rid of the ball, and the umpire will ball it up. Daniel Healy didn't see which way that came from.
It's a good sign when you see a tackle such as this.
Yeah, 3 of them came at him. Lawrence and Lowe. Lawrence won it. Robert Harvey is there. Did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Good play. Smothered up the boot. Oh, look, he's got it again. Harvey. Fantastic play by Harvey, and he has found Everett in front of goal. I don't know whether that ball crossed the line or not down there.
That was a great mark by Everett.
Let's see.
There it is.
Towards the... Oh, no, just
it in.
Just in. A great play by Harvey, and then
this kick and the mark. This is an excellent mark by Everett.
Peter Everett is normally a pretty good kick for goal. This will make it hard for the Hawks if he kicks this. And he sneaks it in, I think. Yes. So after great play by Harvey, they move further in front. Difficult now for the Hawks.
Yes, and his mobility down on the forward line is a real problem. He's kicked the 3 goals.
We're calling Midge
Could have had 5.
Midge Willoughby, please go to the police room.
And he really has taken the initiative, Everett.
Back in the centre, and big Peter Everett, a goal in each quarter. He's had 10 kicks and taken 6 marks. And here he is winning the hit out against Salmon. Robert Harvey runs onto it. What a game he's having for the second week in a row. And this time it's Jason Heatley. Robert Harvey is up to 27 possessions. Now, there's 13 and a half minutes to go in the third quarter. Pete, how many possessions will he get for the day?
Well, if you're working on averages, 73%, multiply, but no, let's not go on with it. I think he's going to have close to 40 again anyway.
Oh, what a game. Now, Jason Heatley, who kicked 2 in the first quarter. Saints are going with the breeze. Hawks started the quarter well, couldn't get a score on the board. And Heatley, I think, has kicked the goal. No.
What's the body language, Drew? He was willing that through. The body was twisting, trying to will that ball to straighten up, and it just didn't quite get there.
I could never read body language.
No, Don's an expert on male bodies, and we often turning around saying what a great physique people have got. As we see, kicking it in is Darren Kapler. Harvey in front, flicked over the back. Stewie Lowe. Ozzie Jones bends it back. Crummel in front. Winmar's wearing number 50 now. Now McCabe gets it across to Scott. Ozzie Jones at the back to Levin. Lowe is working hard down there. And it's a free kick. Oh, goodness me. What was that for? I thought that was a bit lucky, that one to Jones. He's gone. No, he isn't. Good play by little Ozzie. Bends it back into front of goal. Everett! Oh, brilliant mark by big Peter Everett.
Well, when you start jumping like that, you are chock full of confidence.
Look at the grin.
No, when you jump like that, have a look at this. He gets up, he just gets a ride on the shoulder. That is confidence plus.
And it's against Paul Salmon, who has absolutely killed him.
No, there's a 50-metre penalty, I think, now. Drew, the umpire's dragging Salmon back. Now, what was that for?
Well, it's to even up the one that Everett gave away to Salmon earlier in the game. Eye for an eye.
It has to be for mouthing off, doesn't it? Or
Well, that umpire came from back of the play, Pete. He wasn't the actual umpire in the play.
Well, I don't know. We're just guessing. So Peter Everett has kicked his fourth.
Well, he's put that right out of the ground.
Well, as you mentioned earlier in the game, the Saints, if they get a top 4 finish into the finals, who knows what they might be able to achieve.
Well, they've got a bit of everything, haven't they? Their defence is tightened up. Shanahan's a good fullback. Wakeland's doing his job.
Tony Brown inside the 50. Here's Cripps. Oh, goal. Smith just running off Crawford and getting another one. 3 goals to Joel Smith.
Drew, if we get this in replay, and I hope we do, John Hassel in this situation was looking after his man. He should have run it, Smith. You'll watch here as the ball goes forward. Now here's the replay. There's a good build-up here. Out it comes from Brown. Now see how Hassel stopped. He really should have gone and at least put a bit of pressure. And Joel Smith are once again getting away from Shane Crawford.
Very impressive display this by St Kilda. Everett and Salmon. Salmon wins it again, the hit out. Woods is caught. Oh, that was almost holding the ball. And he eventually tried to get it out, so the umpire gave Tony Woods the benefit of the doubt. Umpiring has been very consistent. Hawthorn's last goal, the 28th minute of the second quarter, and I mean we've got just over 8.5 minutes left in the third. They haven't looked like scoring goals, the Hawks. That was Zilla getting a quick hand pass. Trelevin's had a good quarter. Socket off the ground by Rob Harvey. Out to the wide open spaces. Nicky Winmar. He's got it, wearing number 50 instead of his familiar number 7. Here's Lowe. Oh, well done, Lawrence. He has not given up for 1 minute.
Lowe has been a very, very good player, and especially in that second quarter, he got on top of Lawrence.
He's kept at it, Steve. Lawrence.
Yeah, my word. Oh, yes, yeah, my word. Yes.
Pretty hard when the ball's been pumped down there time and time again.
Clean possession Low. Smith goes back to Harvey. Another kick for Robert Harvey. That's number 21, 22. Oh, lap Lappin, great control and kicks a goal. St Kilda flogging the Hawks at the moment. 5 goals to nothing this quarter and a 55-point lead.
Yes, and it's a bit like the reserve grade game, the way the thing is just not working out. Rodram did the right thing. He ran at the ball, but just couldn't control it. If everybody stays in front, well, the ball's got to turn your way. Lord back on the ground.
Well, they might have moved Langford to full forward, but they certainly miss him down on the back line, his steadiness. So let's see who wins the hit out. Salmon's been winning them, but St Kilda have been taking it out. Salmon again. Flatton has been quiet. Oh, threw it away. And the umpire's pinned him. Well umpired. He certainly threw that.
He's not a bad player, this bloke, Peter. For a first-year player, he does very, very well. That's Andrew Thompson.
Yes, he's a real little goer. Lowe has got a couple to beat. Lawrence over the back has taken the mark.
Steve Lawrence goes back to McCabe. Cornered, so he comes out to the broadcast side to Johnny Hassel. Here's kick to half-back flank. Crawford drops the finger tipper. There's number 50, Winmar. All stayed in. Aaron Lord lost form in the last couple of weeks after kicking 6 goals a fortnight ago. The ball out of play. And on the full, and a St Kilda free kick will be taken by Tony Brown. I'm thinking, what a grand final St Kilda and the Western Bulldogs would be.
It'd be fantastic. Oh, Harvey, another hand pass over the back. Now, Robert Harvey, you wouldn't believe this, with 7 minutes to go until three-quarter time, he's had 22 kicks and 11 handballs. You'd love to have that for a whole game, wouldn't you? Stats like that.
Yeah, 22 kicks, and the next best on the ground has got 12.
Well, there he goes again, but it's kicked away by Lord in mid-air. Flatton used his body well. Caught, drops it. But good umpiring to let it go, and he'll come in and bounce it. The umpire.
Darren Kapler-Peter's gone down a full forward. We've still got Langford and Graham on that forward line. Chick's now gone forward. And also Salmon has gone down forward now, playing at centre half forward.
And Robert Scott is finally picking up Harvey there. I wonder if he can... Oh, he can't stop him either. Here he goes again. Kick number 23, Harvey. Finds Lappin. Lappin to Zilla. Oh, beautiful kick. Great lead by Heatley.
Oh, Zilla's come up. He's been back pocket all day, and now he's feeding full forwards.
Yes, when it's going your way, your skill level doesn't improve. And here it is. Excellent play. He's just put it out in front.
Well, Jason Heatley's made a difference to this side too. The fact that it takes a bit of pressure off Lowe. Lowe goes for the marks. Heatley leads. He's going for his third from directly in front, Jason Heatley. He lays back. I think he's kicked another one. He has.
It also takes the pressure off Everett.
So McCabe, Salmon in front. No mark. Here's Aussie Jones. Brown taps it back towards Jones. Can he keep it in? No, he can't.
Because the ball seems to be funneled into that position at centre half forward. And it's easy for a backman to cut it off, but it's very hard for a forward to be productive when you've got numbers going against you. And that's why you need to be big and strong. Hawthorn making a change with Chick coming off the ground. It's Jade Rawlings coming on.
Now, here's Brown. Held to him. It's kicked in mid-air off the ground. And here's Healy. Oh, good play by Healy. Doesn't muck around and kicks it long. Heatley. No mark. Oh, here's big Spider Everett. He's caught. Heatley. He's caught. Hand pass. Goal coming up the low. You wouldn't believe it.
That's his third goal, Stewie Lowe.
And they just kept working hard this
Well, I mean, this is when the wheels fall off as far as the team is concerned. They're just falling off for Hawthorn because everything St Kilda is doing is turning to goal. Lawrence doing well, backing back hard. Good mobility once again by Everett. And Everett really did cause that goal to be kicked.
Well, in this quarter, The Saints have kicked 7 goals, 3 to 2 points. And remember last week the Hawks total fade out against the Tigers when Richmond kicked 10 goals to 1 in the last quarter. So they've fallen like a pack of cards, the Hawks, after winning 5 straight. Tell you what, Everett's beating Salmon in tap-outs now. Goes to Treleaven. Back to Crawford. Kick by Crawford to half forward. Langford caught behind. Young! Fine mark.
Confidence, he's behind, he jumps high.
He's had a good game, Young.
They're full of confidence, aren't they, St Kilda?
That's 4 marks and 14 disposals for Matthew Young. Now Brown, Robert Harvey, give him 3 more votes. The kick towards half forward. It sits up, knocked away by Lawrence from low. Goes to Hassel. Johnny Hassel off the left, out of bounds on the full. It's turning into a nightmare for the Hawks.
Well, just over 2 minutes left to three-quarter time, Don.
Brad Scott's now got, I think, the job with Robert Harvey. McCabe's with Winmar.
So over the back is Hassel. Oh, nearly off.
Oh,
that's got to be a
can't do
throw
that.
against McCabe. He tunnel balled it with
Look, you can't do that.
free kick to Winmar. And there's no doubt about that one.
And here it is.
So Nicky Winmar winning, wearing number 50, probably blood all over. He's number 7. As he kicks from 45 metres. Oh, that's another one. This St Kilda side is playing with enormous confidence. We thought Hawthorn were back in the game, Don, at half-time.
Well, they were, Pete, and they really did have their chance at half-time. I think it was a matter of, 18 points. And there it is. And look, there you just got to slap it out. He really did. He held it and then pushed it out. But they've only scored the 2 points in the third quarter. Hawthorn.
What a hiding this is now. They lost by 76 last week to Richmond, the Hawks. It might be that or more today. Kapler knocks it forward. Goes for one out of the air. Well read by Graham. Off to Taylor. Dixon couldn't quite mark. Peckett up to centre wing. Here's Winmar and Burke. Burke applies the tackle to Woods, who's shadowed him all day, and the free kick goes to Nathan Burke. Hawthorn fans thought it might have been in the back. Give it to Robert Harvey, who is now up to 36 possessions. Spider Everett, what a game. Centering kick, pulled it back probably too far for Heatley. Low dives. It's a free kick against...
Holding the ball, I think.
Yeah, to Crummell.
Here's Robrin. Hassel. Shane Crawford. Oh, it's not their day. Shane Crawford has fumbled, let Lappin in. Off he goes, Lappin. To Aussie Jones, 2 of the youngsters, he consider it or have a shot. He's having a shot from 45. Oh, don't tell me it's another one. It is. 2 goals to Jones.
Yes, well, it promised to be a great contest, but the Saints just too good for the Hawks. First change, 21 points. They'd stretched that to 24, and then that big premiership quarter, the third quarter, stretching their lead to three-quarter time to 89 points, and Hawthorn just winning the one quarter of the final in light.
There by the Hawks really did tell the story of their day. A fairly poor performance there, and Ken Judge went off his banana there this afternoon, and finally it was St Kilda 20-21, 141. Robert Harvey with 40-plus possessions once again, and Hawthorn managing just 9-8. Look at the goal kickers there. Well, Graham got 3 in the second term, all in the second term, and not many other major goal kickers. Everett, low 4 apiece, as was Jason Heatley. Smith got 3, and Aussie Jones, well, he kicked an absolute beauty with 2. Don Scott is in the Hawthorn rooms.
Well, it's a very quiet Hawthorn room, as you can imagine, Jared, and after half-time was completely St Kilda. They just obliterated the Hawks, scoring 75 to 20 points, so you can see just why there is a sombre mood here in the rooms.
Now, Don, tell us about the St Kilda story. Everett got 4. Can they go on and do some damage at the business end of the season?
Well, it's a long way to go, Jared, and the 8 is a different ball game altogether. They had a number of contributors on the scoreboard today. There were 8 in all, although they had multiple goal kickers in Smith, Everett, who was excellent today, also Stuart Lowe and also Heatley. So they had multiple goal kickers, but they have other avenues to goal, and around midfield they were very, very dominant.
Now we're having a look at Aussie Jones. He was brilliant once again in patches. Was he a solid contributor over 4 quarters?
Well, he had 2 opponents. He started off with Richard Taylor, then John Hassel. The Hawthorn hierarchy, the coaching hierarchy, tried a number of moves. They had to do something, and they moved just about everybody into different positions, in different positions all over the ground in order to get something. Salmon was down at full forward for a little while. Harvey had, 4 opponents at one stage, finished up with Crawford on the half-forward line. You really couldn't criticise. Langford was down on the forward line, as was Graham. They moved backwards and forwards here, there and everywhere just to try and get something going. The
height of St Kilda, particularly up forward, was evident and a dominant feature. Hawthorn without Nick Holland, but Stuart Lowe took an absolute specky.
Yeah, he did particularly well, especially in the 3rd quarter, but also Lawrence, you've got to pay a little bit of credit to Lawrence, did well. But when you've got a big guy at centre half forward, and he also went down to full forward, you can kick the ball too, and if he's not taking, he's creating, and his big, strong body really did open up the way for a lot of the smaller fellows in the St Kilda side.
Well, it was a great line by Drew Morford about the Stuart Lowe mark. He said he went up in the 3rd quarter and came down in the 4th. Don, I know your under-18 side got done today, but...
Jared, we've just got to make a correction here. They won.
Terrific, Don. Well, let's give us a smile.
Hard to do.
Yes, it certainly is, particularly if you're a Hawthorn supporter. Thanks for your time, Don.
Good, Jared.
And we can now go down to Geelong, an important game. Carlton have regained their spot in the final 8, and more importantly, they've had a percentage boost of around 6%. On the other hand, Hawthorn went down by 5%. St Kilda have solidified their spot now with 9 wins, and they're looking for a top 4 spot. And Brisbane also. They really have moved up the ladder in the last 3 weeks, coming from about 13th 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they now are in 5th position. Peter Everett was a star for St Kilda today. He kicked 4 goals out at Waverley, and here he is with Peter McKenna.
Thanks very much, Jared, and he certainly was one of the stars. Pete, one of your best performances for the year as a team?
Yeah, it definitely is a team, no doubt about it. We knew it was a crucial game for us, and we needed percentage, and Hawthorn only beat us by a goal last time, so it was definitely a crucial game, and it all come together today, so it was really good.
Robert Harvey's performance even went off with 7 minutes to go, another 40 possessions. Have you ever seen him in better form?
No, it's just that I'm tapping the ball to him, so he's getting plenty of touches at the moment. But he's sensational, Harves. He's one of those players that just, like you see him at training, he's the same at training. He just works so hard, and to his credit, he's playing very well. And he's just probably one of the most underrated players in the AFL. He's just a delight to have on your side.
Now yourself, you were able to sneak down the forward line and dob a few more through the big sticks. Did it help having a bit of it coming into the side to go against Salmon as well?
Yeah, I thought it would work quite well. It gave you're able to go for 20 minutes, and when you got to go for the extra 10 or so minutes each quarter, it gets a bit hard. So I was going about 20 minutes every quarter, and dropping down. We knew Salmon's going to drop in front of Lowy, so I had to really work around the back and try and be another option, which worked really well if I just kick straight.
You've got some unheralded players, guys like Ziller and Wakeland and Young, and they're all doing their bit.
Yeah, it's good at the moment. I think it's a consistent lineup at the moment. Obviously, Youngie very good, come from Hawthorn, and Ziller, and even our backline like Shanahan and all that, just really fantastic last week. And we didn't win last week, and they're fantastic again today, and we come home with a win. So it's a credit to them.
Well, your own form's made a big difference to the Saints. Congratulations, Pete, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you. Thanks.
The two Peters there, Peter McKenna with Peter Everett, who kicked 4 goals in a 20-goal performance by St Kilda.